Good morning, guys. It's about 2 a.m. on Saturday, the 18th. First day of my vacation, and the last day of the 2014 box stock community build for me, because I'm all done. We have our Revell 148 scale P38J Lightning. This is an inexpensive kit. I think it retails for $17. I probably got it for about $12. I think I picked it up at Michael's or Hobby Lobby with the 40% off coupon. So you can do the math. Yeah, I think it was like $12. Overall, I'll give this kit an A- to a B+. There's a few tiny issues with it, but you take into account that it's an old mold and it's a inexpensive model. Then there are things, the things that are bad with it aren't as bad. There's some details that I wish would have been included in it, besides the fly that's sitting on top of it. Especially in the landing gear bay door area. The doors just basically hang on the plane in the kit, and I've probably broken them off, each one of them, at least twice. So it would be nice if there was some struts in there to help support the doors. And I'll probably revisit this and go back and add some in after the fact. There were a few minor fit issues, or parts that just didn't quite line up, but you know, that's modeling. A little putty, little tape, a little holding things together while they dry and getting it all straightened out. And it turned out alright. I could have spent a little more time on the seam work, but again, you know, when you're building a $14 kit, it's hard to spend 50 hours working on the seams. But I got them pretty good. I was going to paint this with the Alclad chrome, but my hobby shop was out of stock on it, and I didn't feel like waiting. So I went with the Duplicolor Universal Chrome rattle can over a gloss black base coat. And then that was sealed with Future, because the Duplicolor Chrome is a nice paint, but it's kind of delicate for using around other solvent-based products like your decal setting solution or a lacquer, clear coat, anything like that. It'll take the shine off the top of the clear coat in the paint, and instead of having chrome anymore, you just have silver. But by hitting it with a nice coat of Future, that prevents that from happening, which is what I did. I laid a coat of Future on it, let that dry overnight, came back and put my secondary colors on, the red, the black, painted the tires, you know, that kind of stuff, the anti-glare panels. And when I was finished with that, I sprayed on a second coat of Future, let that dry for overnight, and then went back and put the decals on. Used my solva set, no problems. After the decals were finished, I put a third coat of Future on, and then put my windscreens and whatnot on there, because basically she was done. The paint scheme represents Richard Bong's aircraft, who was in the Pacific during World War II, and was the top U.S. ace. And he obviously flew through the P-38. And his plane was Marge, and he was in the pictures. He had her face painted on the nose, and it was his girlfriend, I guess. I'm sure it was. The weapons bay does open up. I've got stills of that. I don't want to do it right now. It pops open. This was equipped with four .450 caliber machine guns and a cannon. This kit can be built 3 different ways. It can be built like this is the fighter. It could be a Pathfinder bomber version, where actually in the nose they take the guns out and they put in a gun sight and a place for another crewman to sit down inside the nose, and it's got a lot of glazing and stuff on it so that you could lead the way for bombing runs. And then the third option is a night fighter, where they actually have a second pilot. Well, actually, I guess he would be the radar operator, in a blister back behind the pilot. And that option is also included in the kit. You cut off the top of the fuselage and glue the second seat and cockpit area in. So for a $14 kit, it's actually kind of nice. And, you got 3 options to build. You can obviously do the gears up or down. Do the fighter, the night fighter, or the bomber version. You could go off on your own and do a different paint scheme. You could do a European version with invasion stripes and get your own decals. Microscale decals does a couple. There's that flyback. Does a couple of different versions of decals for the P38 and 148 scale. So you can really knock it out of the park if you want, without spending a lot of money, which is kind of the idea, I guess, of the community box stock build. Do what you can with what's in the box. So, as I said, this is my entry, my final on it. The light keeps coming back. Get ready for the final Chevy Cheeseburger 48-hour build next week with the movie cars. I've got a great one picked out, but I'm gonna keep it a secret for a while longer yet. And guarantee it's not the Batmobile, and it's not the Dukes of Hazzard Charger or anything like that, or even from my last month's build, which was the Green Hornet Black Beauty. So anyway, I want to try and keep this video short. I got some stills I put on the end of it, and I hope everybody had fun with the 2014 box stock community build on YouTube. Thanks for watching, guys, and good night.